It's working now. Alrighty. Oh, goodness. Oh. So today is a programming stream. A stream all about programming. Okay. So today I'm just working on WordPress. So this is my WordPress site. So here's my WordPress site. So what I'm doing is I am turning WordPress into a single page application. So basically what that means is that we load the page once and then everything else is an AJAX call to request the data from the server, and it updates the page. And it all seems streamlined and seamless. So let's get rid of this stuff. We'll do that. Alright. So I pretty much got the gist of it. So if we look at some code. Yeah. So if we look at some code here. Make that a little bigger. Make that just a little bit. Is that viewable? Is that legible? I think it is. Okay, so here's the gist of what I'm doing. So in order to turn it to a single page application, what I'm doing is I have this JavaScript file called Navi. And this is a Legend of Zelda reference, Navi. So basically I have this this JavaScript class called Navi. And it makes a AJAX request to the server using the fetch API, right? So basically I say, get this URL, use the fetch API, which is a GET request, and then pass these headers to it. So the header is saying, oh, get an application JSON, and then I add a custom header called WP single page app. So this is important here, where I say WP single page app, because I use this header to determine if it's on its initial load or it's an AJAX request. So this custom header helps me. So basically in the index.php file, so in WordPress, there's two main files that you need. You need a style.css. You need a style.css. And these comments allow WordPress to pick up what the name of your theme is, what the URL is, the author, all that different stuff like that. So that's the basics that you need. You need a style.css, and you also need an index.php file. That's the minimum things that you need. So here's my style. Here's the index.php file. So with templates and themes in WordPress, the index.php file is the default. Well, it's the follow through. So it'll try to determine what templates to use for the WordPress theme, and if all else fails, it'll use index.php. So that's the follow through. So I'm just using the follow through, saying index.php, and then basically I check the headers. So I use PHP get all headers, and then I check if the WP single page app is set, because I set it in my Ajax call here in my get request. When I call get this headers here and get in the WP single page application, so I check if it's set. If it's set, it's an Ajax request. So then I return some JSON. This isn't fully implemented, but I return some JSON. And then if it's not an Ajax request, then just load the page as normal. This is just boilerplate for me testing it out. So yeah. So if it has my custom header, it's an Ajax request. If it doesn't have my custom header, then I just assume it's the initial load of the page. Right? So let's just look at it right quick. So if it's the initial load of the page, it's going to show this text R. I can actually just run R. Right? So it's just going to say that, right? Cool. It's the initial load of the page. It doesn't have my custom header. So it's just going to do that. So what happens when I click it? When I click one of these links, it's going to do an Ajax call. So we can test that out by going to the network tab. And then when I click test, it's going to send an Ajax request to my server, and then it's going to go to this index.php file. It's going to check if my header is set, which it is. So it's going to execute this line of code, and it's going to return some JSON that says incredible. So when I click test, you see it made an Ajax request, and it returned, looky there, incredible. So now I have created a single page application. So now I can just return some data. It'll return it to the browser, and it won't even have to refresh the page. And it'll also change the URL. So what I did here is in navi.js, when I use the fetch API to fetch the URL that I clicked. So I clicked this URL here. It called navi.get. It did a fetch request with my headers, which is this single page app here. And then it returns a promise. So after the promise resolves, I push the state to this URL. So the URL that I clicked. So the URL is, if you check right here in the here, you see the URL is abc.html. See, it pushed it into the URL here. So if I hit bar, it's gonna go to bar.html without refreshing the page. So here, see, and it made another Ajax request. See. So now it's all a single page application. So now the benefit of this is that that the page doesn't have to reload, that I can just make Ajax requests in order to update this page. So it's gonna seem like it's just magically updating. And it's gonna seem seamless, and it's gonna seem quick, and it's gonna seem fast. Versus like any other WordPress site where the page has to load every time. So a little bit more about what I did here. So the way that I made the way when you click one of these links, an Ajax request pops off. The way I did that is in main.js. So I added an event listener. I put an event listener on the document. So anytime the document receives a click event, it checks if the thing that was clicked has an A tag, So an A tag is basically a link. So if it's a link, then we're going to go to that URL. We're going to say navi.get that URL. So in this case, this anchor tag, navi.get this link that I got, its URL, which is that href attribute, and it's going to get it. So it's going to go navi.get, it's going to pass in that URL, it's going to push it into this array, it's going to fetch it from the server, it's going to use push state to change the URL here to that URL that I clicked on. And it's all going to seem seamless. You see all these AJAX requests in the background, and they're all saying incredible. All right. So that's the gist of it. It's super simple, super simple. I didn't really have to do too much. This is for caching, so there's other stuff I did here. So here I put a array of URLs. So this is an array. So I push the URL on this array. So this is for caching. So anytime I get the data, I'm gonna cache it. So with push state, I can, with push state, I can get the data, and then I can just reuse the data. So whenever somebody presses the back button, I don't have to make an AJAX request. I can just use the data that I've already gotten from the previous AJAX request. And then it'll seem super quick. It'll seem like, oh man, this thing loaded instantly. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing there. And then there's one more thing. So here's the function.php file. So this is a little, like, the main two things that you need are the index.php file. So this is the author, the default template that's used for WordPress, and then the style.css is required because it uses the comments to, name the theme in WordPress. But then there's functions.php. So functions.php almost works like a plugin. And the cool thing about function.php and it working kind of like a plugin is that you can hook into the core of WordPress. What does all that mean, hooking into the core of WordPress? Well, what happens is that WordPress loads a lot of stuff. So if you look at the source code, so if you go, so one of the source code is, if you want to just look at the inner workings of WordPress really quick. So I'm using Apache. I say Apache, but I'm using Apache. So what happens with Apache, it says, okay, whenever a URL, like whenever someone goes to a URL, it's going to route it to this index.php file. So all URLs, it doesn't matter if you made it up. If you make up a URL saying tomlandry.html, it's going to route it to this index.php file. See, it's valid. This is a valid URL because it all goes to my index.php file, which returns this thing no matter what. It's because of this .htaccess file for Apache. So all URLs are routed to this index.php file, which is right here. You see right here in my left corner here. So it goes here, right? Yes. So then PHP says require this WP blog header. So if we go to that file, it runs this. WP did header is not set, so this block runs. Then it requires WP load. Okay. We go to WP load. Then it says, if file exists, WP config, require it. to config. And then here's where the bulk of it is. So after it goes to the config file, which is all this stuff right here where it sets up all kinds of stuff up. You didn't see all that stuff, but yeah, so it sets up all this config stuff, and then it goes to WP settings. Wait 1 second. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Let me turn that off real quick. Yeah, so you go to WP settings, right? And then this is where the bulk of it is, right? So WP setting is where it does all the well, most of the hooks come in WP settings. So it just these are the hooks. Hooks are basically saying, okay, inject some custom code that the programmer has done. So here's where plugins are loaded. You see? Well, not necessarily here, but active and valid plugins, see? Isn't that great? So this is where plugins are loaded in WP settings. Right when the WordPress is about to begin. And then if you scroll down just a little bit, this is where your theme function is loaded. Right here. So it works almost like a plugin because you can add your hooks in your functions.php file, and then all the other hooks should just work. Because normally you add hooks into your plugin right here, and then your hooks run once it loads all your plugins. Oh, right here. Once it includes your plugin, your hooks run. Functions work just the same, where you load your function and then your hooks run, and then it just kind of works. So that's just a little bit of too much information about WordPress. But since functions work kind of like plugins, I can just add my hooks here. So here's a hook, right? I'm saying after you switch to my theme, create this custom JS file. So what I say is create this custom JS file and then add Navi as a global object. So what does that mean? Add Navi as a global object. Well, my class called Navi, if you type it in the console, it's a global object here. So that's basically what I said. I said create a custom file, because with you, like you can't with the import in JavaScript, you can't do like interpolate it. You can't interpolate this, which means that you can't use custom URLs. You have to do a literal URL, like a literal string. You can't concatenate it. So I had to make a custom file for this. So I said, create a file, put in the right URL, and then set Navi as a global object on the window object. And then I also do this. I do some other stuff. I'm saying, okay, this is a module. Global.js is a module. Make sure you put the type module on it. So this is like these are hooks. So action is a hook, filter is a hook. Filters actually return a value. Action actually does stuff. They don't return anything. And then this one is also another one. So I'm saying that ignore the entire templating system. Like, I don't care if it's a page, I don't care if it's a post, I don't care if it's a page, I don't care if it's a category in WordPress. Don't use those files. Always use my index.php file. That's basically what I'm saying. And that's pretty much it. That's how I've made this thing work so far, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so now it's time to get to the fun. So now I have everything I need. I have everything I could possibly need. On the initial load of the page, it doesn't matter what page I go to. I can go to full volley. It doesn't matter. It's always going to go to my index.php file, and then if it's not an Ajax request, then it's going to assume that it's the initial file, and it's just going to load all the templates. So this is a class I made called theme setup. I don't know where this is. Classes theme setup, yep. And I basically say load all the files. Yeah, you just pass in a directory, and it just goes through each directory. Yeah. So checks if it's a directory. If it's a directory, scan the directory, remove the dot, the current directory and the parent directory, and just get all the other directories. And then we just basically go through all of it and we load it on the page. If it's a JS file, then I want to enqueue it, which basically means include it as a JavaScript file on the page. Anything else you can just require. So I require pretty much all the JavaScript on the page, all the PHP, all the HTML, all that good stuff. Except for Navi. I don't want to do Navi. I want to use module for that one. But I could include it on the page, but I don't want to. I want to use the import. Just for fun. There's no real reason for it. I mean, it would be better if I include it at the beginning, but I'm just doing this for fun. So yeah, so I load all my stuff on the page, and that's pretty much it. So what's next? What is next, you ask? Well, we start just building the templates out. We just start building the templates. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use Vue. I don't know how to use Vue actually, so I might just be reading some of the docs. I was reading some of it yesterday. I think I got this far, maybe. Yeah, I didn't get this far. I got this far. Yeah. Directives, yep. Arguments, yep. Dynamic arguments, yep. Modifiers, I do remember that. Yep, this is as far as I got. And then I stopped at here. So we're gonna use Vue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the CDN. So normally, I mean, I'm gonna download it, I guess. But really, I want to see. Let me see. WordPress should allow me to. Yeah. So they allow me to enqueue it. So I can use the CDN for this one. So that's what I'm gonna do until I download it. So really, you want to download? Well, maybe you do. Maybe not. It doesn't really matter. But for this, I'm gonna use a CDN. So basically it's just some cache server somewhere that's holding the file. Do they not have a CDN of Vue 3? View. Okay, so we'll just get the minified protection minified. Ajax live view GS minified. We'll get the production one, I guess. Yeah, we'll just get the production one for now. Yeah. So how do we include this view 3 on the page? So what we can do is we can either do it here, the index.php file, which I'm not really gonna do. I could do it here. It doesn't really matter in the end. I'm gonna do it here though. WPNQ. Where is that at? Wait. Oh gosh. That's rather long. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at this file. We're gonna copy this right here. We're just gonna copy that. Go back here. Here. We're gonna just copy this URL. We're gonna say we don't need this use case here. And then we're just gonna say file, or no URL, say URL. That's my view URL. We'll call the handle view URL. We can get rid of that here. We hit save. We go back to this. We hit refresh. And that happens. Exports is not defined. What does that mean? Let me see. Exports is not defined. Oh gosh. I'm already getting errors. Okay, CDN view 3 exports not defined. Too long, didn't read. Why do I not, can I not just use, I meant to, just need the URL. Just give me the URL. Let's try this one. No. Wait, what was that? Yeah, here. No, this is not what I want. This is like Node. I don't want that. I JavaScript one. So let's see. I know they have an example here somewhere. Like, nope. Quick start. What I'm looking for is, nope. I'm not looking for like a node wrapper. I'm looking for like Vue and just plain vanilla JavaScript. Oh, wow, that's so much work. Let me see. So to get started with Vue without using a build step, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Simply copy the follow into your HTML. That's what I want. I don't want to do any type of node or building. Oh, it's a miracle. There it is. You are running a development build of Vue. That is perfect. That's exactly what I want. All right, let's see. Wait, let me go back to. Let me see. Above example uses a global build of Vue. Oh, okay, cool. Wait, let me see. I might want to use something else though. Script type. I might want to use the import module. Yeah, I might want to use the import map. While the global build works, we will primarily be using ES module syntax throughout the rest of the documentation for consistency. In order to use Vue over native ES modules, use the following HTML instead. Import map. Maybe. Let's see. Let's do that. So we do this, we copy that. Let's go to here, my build. Yeah, we're gonna go to this build and create a new file. We're gonna call it vue.js. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Why is that not working? What is going on there? Expected semicolon. What is going on here? it's probably fine. We'll just say it's fine. We'll say all that's lovely and fine. Gotta do all that. Okay. We'll say all that's lovely and fine. Now it should just import automatically, honestly. So we're actually gonna get rid of this. Yeah. Get rid of that. Then we're gonna say here, if the handle is equal to view.js, we're gonna do this right here. Actually, I don't think it has a script. Yep, we're just gonna ignore this here. We're gonna say type equals import map. So then replace this. Replace this. We can do the ID equals handle on there. That looks good. I can get rid of this. Go back here and then refresh. Oh, there's no error, so that's always good. All right, let's see if it worked. There it is, right here. Kinda. I don't see any HTML though. Maybe it just worked. Maybe it worked. Alright, alright, okay, alright. We're just gonna see if it works. So we go here, we go index.php, where's that at? Here. And then we're just gonna drop this in. And then we're gonna also create something called app. So div app save. Okay. Failed to resolve modules specifier view. Relative reference must be with either. Let's go here. I don't exactly know how the import map works. Because here's my import. It says import as view. Some URL, yep. Some stuff here. Let's just do this. We'll just test something out. Console log foo. Just to see. Yep. So we go here, go to HTML. I still don't see anything here. Where's your stuff? Where's the content? That's a good question. Ooh, I didn't think of that. So let's back that up. Go back here, hit save. Go back to functions. I'm returning no content. How do I get the content? Well, that's the tag. I think the tag contains the content. We'll kill it right there. Oh. So it print out script, type, text, JavaScript. The source. Oh, I don't want that though. I want the content. Does it work that way? Let's do that. External import maps are not yet supported. Really? 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 You don't say. After all that. Currently, external import maps are specified here, but in Chrome, these gives you an error. We're hoping to implement ASAP, although there may be a 6-week period where they're not implemented. And that was in 2020. Just my luck. So external import maps don't work, so I can't use source like that. Sucks for me. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Life goes on. We're just gonna cut that for now. We're gonna hit save. Main.js. Let's go ahead to functions really quick. Where's that at? I'm gonna comment this out. So the best thing that I can do is here, like the only thing I can do actually, which sucks at the moment, is Yoshi. Thanks for the like, the follow. So what we can do here is we're actually just going to take the script here. We're going to go back. We're going to include it here. This is just so ugly. For the time being, we're just going to include it since there's no external There's no external import map supported yet. We have to manually add it to the page and put type import. My mic is so quiet. How is it so quiet? Let me see. Is your volume up? Is that better? Turn it to the max. That should be pretty good. It should be a lot louder. Let me actually look at my phone. Better, yes. Great, fantastic. All right. That was better than what it was before. It looks like it's like, maybe I could barely hear you before. Yep, it's cranked up now. It's not to the max, but it's up there. I'll put a note for that one. Crank up mic to max. All right, so fun programming. So let me make sure view is working. Import map is added after module script load was triggered. So import map has to be the first one on the page. Let me see. Yeah, as I said, it's better anyway. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? Are you a programmer? Clearly you like Mario, right? So header. So what I'm thinking, that's what it was. It was this one. Let's see. I'm doing good as well. Just using JetBrains WebStorm. After clearing up an entire gig of storage off my desktop. There was about 50,000 files. Only 50,000. Only 50,000. It actually says 50,000 plus. So why the late spring cleaning on your desktop? You're clearly making room for something. What are you making room for? Let me refresh the page. An import map is added after a module script load was triggered. I don't see the import map though. Oh, there it is. So we're actually going to take this back. We're going to go to functions. Let's see. I still have some projects I want to move over to WebStorm, so I'm not deleting. So I'm not, can't even read, can't even English. So I'm not deleting those folders yet. And also, I needed to make room for WebStorm. WebStorm takes up to 1.6 gigabytes of storage. Yeah, so I'm just asking for a friend, but what is WebStorm? I'm guessing it's your code editor. Or development environment. Your IDE. WebStorm is an IDE. WebStorm is a JavaScript IDE. Yep, figured. Yeah, I figured. It had web in it. Said Storm. Put two and two together. I've always been VS Code. I've never been anything else. Oh, wait. Are these the same people who do PHP Storm? Definitely the best one I've used, as it's helping me move off of var. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it must be the same people who do PHP Storm. I can't see any other, like, they have to be the same thing. I gotta Google it now. Like, PHP Storm, there's this guy at my work, he used PHP Storm. Yep, WebStorm, there it is. Yeah, it's the same people. JetBrain, yeah. I figured. It makes perfect sense now. They also have PyCharm. They have a lot. Yeah, I don't like PHP Storm. But I'm pretty sure it's probably identical editors. But yeah. I use const all the time. And then every once in a while, I get an error. I'm like, because I'm trying to set a const. I was on let for the longest. I think, what do I want to do here? Global.js is included into the header. Crap. This is tricky. Let me see. Maybe I need to actually do this. Let's move this entire block right before the theme load. Hit save, maybe? That seems legit. Legit, there it is. Okay, I definitely need to stop using var, but guess why I'm using var for so long? Why are you using var? I mean, I program in JavaScript every day, so I use like const nonstop. Because, I mean, it's part of my job, so I'm constantly reminded to use const. Alright, so Vue is working, finally. Finally I got Vue working. And okay, well, I imagine that was gonna happen. But the problem is, this isn't working here. Let me hit save. The var keyword is is in other programming languages. That is true. That is true. The var the var keyword is in other programming languages. I use C# and Golang, and so I'm just super used to using var. That makes sense. I've only used C# in like college. Kind of reminds me of Java, kind of. Yeah. Ooh, my alignment driving me crazy. Okay, I gotta figure this out too. Wait, 1 second. So VS Code, how to change spaces to tabs. It's the age-old debate, spaces versus tabs. It's driving me crazy. I go to my settings.json. Wait, I don't have a settings.json file? Oh, I bet it's because I'm in a Docker container. Can I edit this file? No, can't. Crap. How do I freaking do this? C# is pretty much Microsoft's version of Java, hence the similarities. Yes, it's very similar. 100% agree. 100% agree. Super, super, super similar. Yeah, I used to do like ASP.NET, the whole framework thing, long time ago. Back when I was a spring chicken. But VS Code, I haven't found. No, I can't go to any other editor. User settings. I don't remember. Create new settings JSON file VS Code. Open settings. That's what I did. Open settings. Can't type. Yeah, whatever. I think this is it. I'm just gonna assume this is it. If it's not, who cares? Copy. Oh, this is most of my day too. I basically go around copying and pasting. From Stack Overflow. So that should do it, maybe? I might have to close out of everything. So close, close, close. Maybe that'll work. I can also convert like that. Alright, cool. Alright, so back here, do refresh. Component is missing template or render function. Where's that at? Create app from view. Create app data, return message, mount app. There's app. Create app from view. Hello world. That's literally it. All right, so we're going to sources. We're going to this page here. We're going to put a breakpoint there, then refresh. Did it give me an error? Yeah, I think it did. No error. Go to sources. Hop over. Then it gave me an error. Yep. Component is missing template or render function. But this is view. How many people in the chat have used WebStorm before? Briefly, not as much of a fan as their IDE for Java. I heard a new web IDE is in the works for JetBrains, so that'll be interesting to see. Though it's nice having a very similar environment, I still ultimately prefer versus code. So tell me, what do you love about WebStorm? Maybe you can convert me. What can I do in WebStorm that I can't do in VS Code? Does it write code for me? So view. Oh, maybe is that it? Maybe is that, yeah, that was right. I just didn't copy everything. You interpolate, so message. Save back here, refresh. There it is. Now it's working. All right, so now I'm ready. I'm ready to start programming. Just actually have quick fixes work for me and have my code look prettier. That's good enough. My formatting style is like very specific. Like not a lot of people at my job agree with all my formatting choices. Like it has to look a certain way. Wait, how did this? Oh, wait. How did this work? In PHP, when you use a here doc, like this is a here doc. I thought the rule was that the ending part of the here doc has to be, you can't indent this, but it seems to be working. Oh my goodness. This was killing me for the longest because this looks so ugly when you don't have it indented. But I think it works now. I don't believe it. I feel like I'm being lied to. Let me see. Here doc. Yeah, see, the closing identifier may be indented by, whoa, this is new. A third way to delimit strings in here docs is after this operator and identifier is provided, the string itself follows, blah, 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 blah. The closing identifier may be indented or tab, in which case the indentation will be stripped from all the lines prior to PHP 7.3. The closing identifier must be begin the first column of the line. I didn't know that. So I'm running 7.3 above. That's fantastic. That was getting on my nerves. Now you can do this. Finally. That was killing my format. Having it on the first line without tabbing over. Thank you, PHP. You got your key map working. It was on the Windows default, not the VS Code default. Hit tab. Man, this is fantastic. I'm so happy. Fix my indentation really quick. Something's off here. Tab. Yep. Space. Yep. Space. Yep. That looks a little better. All right. All right, so now I have Vue imported. That took like 30 minutes. Now that I have Vue, I can start making my templates. So just for fun, we're gonna use like some posts. I haven't used Vue in a minute, so list rendering, I think. Yeah, so this is what I'm gonna use, this type of syntax. Yeah, so basically we're gonna make, so like any WordPress page, so like, for example, if we go to a theme, so we go to theme, we go to 2019, or 2020, 2017 looks good. So we go to 2017 theme, page not found, of course. Yeah, so this is the first post. So we're just gonna make another one just so we have something to compare as pages. Hello World's first post, and then we're gonna add another one called Foo. WordPress has so much changed since I've last used it. Okay. The cool thing, oh yeah, something also I like about VS Code, I think, oh crap, I can't even remember. Let me see. It has Emmet. I love Emmet. Wait, how do you do it though? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So you can do something like lorem, I don't know, 50? There we go. That's so cool. Okay. I done moved it. So that the whole lorem ipsum, you can just generate a whole bunch of it just by using Emmet. So lorem 10, it'll create you like 10 words. And then you can do 100 if you want. So if you just need some text, you can do that in VS Code. So then I can just paste it here. It's so awesome. Okay, so that's my lorem ipsum text, and then I can just hit published. Okay, so I have my second WordPress post. So when I go here, there. So we're gonna make something similar to this. So this is the first post, this is the second post. Now we can just do that with Vue. So we can go, so we go back to themes. We enable my dev theme again. And then we can go here. Okay, so basically what we can do is, we're gonna create a new file. What's this? Destination. We're gonna create a new file called post. post.js, and then basically we can do a for directive to loop through all the posts. And then output it. So if I remember this correctly, I think you have to put an ID on it. Yo, Dark Chris, what's up? I appreciate you coming. You don't have to say a word. You can just join in. Yeah, the key. That's what I need. So it's important to have the key. So basically what I can do is we can do a div. Oh, I don't know if it does. Does Emmet do this? Post and post. Oh, Emmet does not do this. I need a plugin. That's why it's not working. Let's see. Oh yeah, and WebStorm makes EJS so much easier for me. Somewhat. That's good. I'm gonna have to give it a try. Okay, now, okay, you're hyping it up. You're hyping it up quite a bit. I'm gonna have to give it a try. I'm gonna have to download it on my external hard drive because, like it's how big is it? 1.6 gigs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it on my external hard drive. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna compare them. Okay, V4. We're gonna say post. We're gonna say post and post. We're gonna say I don't know what the ID is gonna be. The key. We're gonna say post.id for now, and then yeah, that's good enough. So we get the ID of the post. We'll say post.content. Might want to put in a triple stash because the HTML. So just triple stash it. And I think that's pretty much it. So, yep, that looks right. That looks right. So Yoshi, what do? You said that you do Golang and you said you did C#. Maybe I just don't remember reading it. That's right. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yep. Cool, 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 cool. I don't even know how to make components. Oh gosh, that's funny. I think you just do an export. We did a template. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna do an export. We're gonna do default. We're gonna do that. And there's like data, template. You're gonna do exactly that. So data. So it takes the data method. Oops. So it's an object with a data method. Let's do return null for now. And then we're gonna have a template. So template. We're actually gonna have this here. Here. And we're gonna say like we're gonna say div dot post container. Emmet. Div class equals post container. Gosh. There we go. Here, there, and everywhere. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I use C#, Golang, JavaScript, Java, etc. That's quite a few. My friend talks about Golang. I've never used it. But I think he kind of explained to me. I think, well, maybe I just have the wrong idea of what it does. But he said you can put Go in front of things and it just runs another thread. Is that right? Or maybe I'm just confusing it. But I think that's what he said. I think you just put Go in front of things and then it just runs another process for it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so we're actually going to make two files. So right here, we're going to actually have another one called post.js. And we're actually going to take this here and just paste it there. As for this one, we're going to do the same thing that we did there. We're going to have export. We're going to replace the template here and there. Looks a lot better. Alright, cool. So now I'm trying to figure out how to use components and pass them into another component. If I have a root component, how do I pass it to a root component? Because here it says blog post for loop to create multiple blog posts. I mean, this is ironically, this is literally what I'm looking for. So what I would like to do, this is literally like designed for me. It says this is how you define a component. This is single file component, but I don't want that. This is what I want here. Yeah, a view component as a plain JavaScript component. So this is what I want here. And when using components, we just import and do stuff here. We just import into the file, yep. Ooh, this kind of sucks because I'm not using imports. We'll deal with that in a second. But let's see. Passing props. If we are building a blog, we need a component representing a blog post. We want all the blog posts to share the same visual layout, but with different content, such as a component won't be useful unless you pass data to it, such as the title and the content of the specific post that we display. Yep. Posts are custom attributes you can register on a component. That makes sense. Yes. C. Really what I want to do though. Really. So that's what we'll do, I think. The thing is, it says you can register properties on a component and do things like this. Which is fine. Yeah, that's basically what I was doing. Post ID. Key, post ID. Before, yep. I guess technically I want to move this. Oh, nope. I actually want to call this post. Call this post here. And then I want to import the component. How do you import components? Oh gosh. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea to search for components because this entire page is filled with the keyword component. Goodness gracious. Here we go, finally. Okay, components, there it is. So it takes a prop called components. Probably want to put it right here. No, I probably want to put it right up here. Prop called components. And then I just pass it the component that I want. And this is posts. And then I want a div called posts container. It didn't work. Div class equals post container. do that. We indent, of course, and then div save. Oh. So there we go. Kind of. So we created a view object. Created a view object called post. Has a post container, has the content. Yep, that looks right. And here we loop through all the posts, which should be here from our data, to create multiple post objects, and then it's on a post container. So now I need to know how to get the data. How do I do something like this? So what I want to do is I want to be able to pass in some data to a view component. And a Google search will do that. So view has data to a view component. And the first answer is props. If you want to pass from your HTML to a new component, this is done using props. I'm listening. Yeah, it says is via props. That's how it works. So you just basically have a prop. How the heck do you do that? Like, maybe this isn't the best way to do it though. It says the best way to do it is to pass in prompts. So when I was studying React, there's also another way React does it. They do refs, like a reference, to pass data to other objects. So maybe that's what I'm looking for. Because here it does say you can register props to pass data to custom attributes and down the line. But let's see. Let's go back. View basics. It literally went back to the page that I was going to. Literally, a Google search pointed me back to the page I was looking at. Okay, passing data to components. View, test, utils, provide several. I don't think that's what I wanted there. Get started. Nope. Slots. Nope. I want slots. Maybe template ref. That sounds promising. Okay, so template refs, while viewed declarative rendering models abstracts away most of the direct DOM operations, there may be still cases where you need direct access to the underlying DOM elements. Ref is a special attribute, similar to the key attribute discussed in the v4 chapter. It allows us to obtain a direct reference to specific DOM elements or children component instance after this mountain. I don't think this is it though. So a way I could do it technically is, I need to see if there's a better way, but I really don't like that. I really don't like our, I mean, there's pros and cons. So what React does is you pass in some data to each component, and then that component passes in the data to the next component, and then that passes to the next component, and it keeps on going down. It just trickles down until you get to the component that you want, which that's a lot of passing data to, just to get the data that you need at the child component. But I vaguely remember that Vue solves this somehow. Like, they have access, like you can access this global thing in order to get the data that you want without having to pass it down to all these children. And I feel like Vue has something too, I would like to say, that I don't have to do all this. Passing data to components. Oh, what the heck? This is testing. Why am I looking at testing? I just need somebody on the web to tell me. Because I know there's a good answer. There's definitely a good answer out there somewhere. Using, yeah, I got that part. Don't want to. Yeah. Username, yep. Follow the naming conventions. Implementing events to share data to parent. No, that's not the way I want to go. I don't want to go from child to parent. I want to go from like parent to child. So this is not the way I want to do it. Using Vuex to create an application level. Yep, this is exactly what I wanted. But you gotta use Vuex. Oh man, wow, that sucks. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Because React has something very similar, where there's some type of shared state that you can access. So it says, okay, we know how to share data between parent and child, but what about other components? Do we have to create an extremely see, that's exactly what I was talking about. An extremely complex hierarchy system if we want to pass in data. Like from parent to child to parent to child to parent to child. And it says, thankfully not. So they realized this was like a nightmare. So Vuex has a state management library, which I like. So with the React has something similar. I forgot what it's called, but they have a state management. What is it called? Oh my goodness, where the heck is it? Redux. Is that it? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, I'm sure they have multiple, but I think Redux is the one that I know, that I'm familiar with. But basically, it's managed by, it's not managed by the people who created React, which is probably like Facebook or whatever, but it's by developers, which I don't necessarily like, because with the developers they could they could stop supporting it. But with Vue and Vuex, I think it's actually from the developers who make Vue, so it's gonna be up to date and they're gonna support it. So before I got on that tangent, what was I doing? Okay. Okay, so using Vuex to create an application level shared state. Yep, so a centralized data store, that's exactly what I want. To be accessible by all components, which is exactly what I want. In the methods we used previously, you can use props or emanating events, which is fine and dandy if you have simple applications, but if you have more complex applications, you probably want this shared state, this Vuex here. So yeah, so there's the store. Accessing the store, accessing the state. So this is pretty much what I'm gonna do. Oh man, so long. So now I need to import this actually, so ooh, dark mode. I accidentally clicked that by mistake. So Vuex. Or is it? Or maybe did I have that flip flop? Okay, cool. Yeah. So Vuex, they go over all the states. Now basically I would just want to have the file, so I want it without the build, so oh, maybe actually, maybe it's already included. Let me see. Double check installation. Oh no, you have to install it. Without build. Do I need to do it? Of course, it's simply a matter of including the V. So where is that? Okay, let's test something out. I very much doubt it, but here unpackage.com -view. Okay. Let's see if I got unpackage Vuex maybe. It says 4 point something. I want view X 3.23, 3.23. Oh, I don't even know how these versions match up. We'll just assume that's it. We'll assume that's the closest we can get. And then we go to the distro, the dist. And then we want the ESM browser. This one, I believe. Looks right. Looks good to me. Okay, so we're moving on. And then we're gonna actually do a comma here, and then we're gonna call this view X. I'm just guessing. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. This is just me basically copying and pasting what I saw from the view. Okay, cool. And then we go here. We say import. Where's the view docs? View X. Or go here, go here, go here, go here. View X. Here, here, here. Whoop. Now we just need a sample of just how to import. Yep. Actually, this line is perfect. And then there. Let's see if that doesn't cause errors. So we go to console, we do refresh, and a bunch of errors actually. Unexpected token export. Oh well, that's valid. That's valid. So if we comment out this, refresh. I clearly messed up something here. I thought it was an object. Can I not? Or does it accept JSON? Maybe that's it. Invalid JSON, yep. That's what it is. So I can't have the trailing. For JSON, I can't have the trailing comma. Oh man, it worked? I'm kind of shocked. It said it failed to load module script, expected a JavaScript module script, but the server responded with a mean type of text HTML script. Mean type checking is enforced for modules scripts per HTML. I don't know what that means. But let's just for fun. Just for fun, just to make sure to see that it worked, we'll output the crate store, and it didn't work. Yeah. Comment this out for a second. Save, refresh. I comment that out. Hard refresh. Create sources. I don't see that echoing out. Failed to load module script, executed JavaScript module script, but the server responded. I don't know what the crap that is. Alright, search. No, not Angular. Oh my goodness. Does no one have the answer? Here's the same issue. Okay, so one possible explanation for the error: you get this behavior when you deploy your app into a subfolder, not directly on your base URL. The HTML is found when you go to. Oh, that actually might make sense. That could be a valid point. You get this behavior when you deploy your app into a subfolder, not directly on your base URL. The HTML is found when you go to yourbase.com/your subfolder index.html. As Angular app fetches other resources from www.yourbase.resource.css instead of your something serves default. The context of your CSS becomes the content of the HTML page. That would explain the error. Interesting. Hard problems. There's clearly something wrong with my mapping. Oops, not that one. Why does this one say browse? Oh, maybe because I browsed it. The requested module, ViewX, does not provide an export name, create store. Oh, okay. Okay, well that's slightly better, I guess. Let's use a more later, more up-to-date version. Let's do like, I don't know, 4.0. Here, 4.0, browser, this, there, copy, paste, remove browse, hit save, go refresh. Oh my goodness, it worked. Oh man, programming, it's amazing. It's amazing that things work when you're a programmer. That you have no clue what you're doing, but things happen to work themselves out. That is fantastic. Okay. Great. Great. Okay. It says you are running a build a view. Make sure there's production. And then my create store is fantastic. I didn't know about unpackaged. Yeah, that's what I need to go to from now on. Okay, so we have our map of view and we have our map of view X. It's not wrapped in like some node module, and it's working. So now we have created our view store, and basically what we just need to store some data to it. So yeah, so getting started, the simplest store. After installing Vuex, let's create a store. It's pretty straightforward, just provide an initial state of an audit. So yeah. And now you can access the state of an object as store.state and trigger a state change with the store commit. Okay, cool. Wait, that's it? Oh man, that's funny. Now you can access the state object as store.state and trigger a state change with the store commit. That's even weirder. So getting view X state into view components. So basically here's the component. Fantastic. Yeah. There's the component. And then simply here's the template. And then you just do this store state count. Computed. Looks right to me. You import the state. I just need something simple. So there's a two ways to get stuff. Yep. I just need something simple. Just something simple. So what I need to do is, so we have state. So really what I'm trying to look for is, how do I update the state? Because here you can see that, well, not here, but getting started. Here you define your state here in this return method, and then the mutator is updated. But how? It says you do a commit, but do you pass in an argument to update the state? It says, again, the reason we're committing a mutator instead of changing the state directly is because we want to explicitly track it. This simple convention makes your intentions more explicit so that you can reason about state changes in your app better. Using your store state and component simply involves returning the state within a computed. Alright. So I want to use mutators to update the state. but I need a good mutator. That's a getter, or it's a setter. Oh, mutators, there we go. The only way to actually change state in Vuex store is by committing a mutation, which is fine. Vuex mutations are very similar to events. Each mutation has a string type and a handler function which we perform. Actual state modifications, it will receive the state at the first argument. Fine. We cannot directly call a mutator handler. Think of it more like an event registration. When a mutation with the type is increment is triggered, call this in function to invoke a mutation handler. It needs to call a store commit with its type. Here we go. This is what I want. This is what I want. There. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's exactly what I want. So now we're in business. So here's my import map. Here's the store. Now I just basically say create store. This creates my app. But the first thing I want to do is create my store. So we'll actually do const store equals. We'll actually move this down. Do this, do enter. Do enter again. Just for formatting purposes. And then we'll do something very similar where we create this state. Wait, what happened here? I didn't know I could just do that. So you can have a method that says state that returns something. Or you can just have a state object, which is equally fine. So we'll just put the state object for now. So we'll just say state. And then we'll have data. Data as our state. Right? And then we just want to update our data. So then we're going to have a mutator. So we say mutations. Yep, it's an object, so basically almost everything is. And then we're going to say set data, where the first argument is the state, and the first and the second will make data. Yep, so then we'll basically set the data ourselves. So then we just do state dot data equals data. That's simple. I like trailing commas. So that's basically our store. And just to make sure everything's working, we're going to console log the store. Working and save. Go back to our WordPress and we refresh, and there is our store with our state. And then we're actually going to put it on a global object so we know for sure that it's working. So we're just going to put it on the global window object here. Wait, is the global window object accessible in modules? I'm pretty sure it is. So we're going to refresh the page. We're going to hit window dot store. Yep, there it is. It's working. Okay, cool. So next up, so now that our window now that our window store is set up, our window.store, our Vuex state management is set up, we can basically use it now. This one's tricky. I don't want to put it in Navi, so Navi.js gets our data. Yeah, so Navi.js returns our data. So what I want to do here is actually want to return this promise. So inside this GET request, I'm going to return a promise, and then this post, I'm going to also do the same thing. Just return that promise. And hit save. And then since now this thing is returning a promise, so when it successfully does this, or actually, yeah, actually, we want to return the original promise. So we return the original promise, and then in the main.js file, this right here, we're gonna make this async. So just make this async here, and then this will be our data, so, or the response. This is response, and then this is our data, since it's the fetch. So we're just going to return the JSON, and then we're going to do window.store. So that's our global. Yeah. Whoops. I think it's here. Yep. So then we're just going to window.store.commit, and then we just call our function. So increment. Wait, I didn't know you could do that. That's actually pretty cool. Oh wait, maybe this is just the same thing. You can do the object style commit, where it's the type and then the amount. That's pretty cool. We'll decide on that later, but what I can do is set data, and then I can just basically pass in the data here to the global store. Now let's see if that actually works. Refresh. So technically it should be in my global store now. So when I hit test, it changed the URL, and now when I print out the store, it should say incredible. So store, the data should be incredible. Or not. Okay, well, that sucked. So we're gonna actually go here. We're gonna not do that. And oh man, I'm searching for all the wrong things. So document.event. Wait, I don't even see this on the page. Let me see. I see the body tag. Where is it? Oh, my bad. I think. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna refresh. And then we're gonna hit it didn't update. That's why it wasn't working. So let's empty out the cache. Empty out my cache, and then we'll just stop that right there, and we're gonna hit test. Ooh, something happened there. It's actually loading the page again. There's clearly an error. Let's try that again. Oh, I forgot to use a weight. That's probably it. And then, yep. So click. Man, the page refreshing. That's what's happening. Let's make this the first thing that happens. So it won't refresh. Okay. So then, now we can see what the error is. Failed to execute JSON on response. Body stream already read. Why? Why? That's ridiculous. I find that very ridiculous. Because I've already read it, they won't let me read it again, so it's empty. That's bananas. I met this error too, but found out that it's not related to the state of the response. The real problem is that you only can consume once. I figured you could. That was it. If you're consuming it more than once, the error will happen. Yeah. You can only consume it once. So how does that help me at all? Oh man, that's funny. Man, that sucks. So what do I do in that case then? You could response clone before consuming. Interesting. That is a nice hack there. Good on you, sir. Good on you for looking out for the little guy. That actually might work out. There we go. Just clone it and then... That's so hacky. But I'm not mad at it. Okay, that actually worked. Fantastic. Okay. So we're gonna put another breakpoint there. I'm gonna click. Okay, so the Windows Store. Commit. It doesn't have a commit function? Maybe I just looked at it wrong. C-O-M-M-I-T. Did I spell it correctly? C-O-M-M-I-T, yep. Crap. That sucks. It says it doesn't have a commit. Really? I don't believe you. So if you go back to the page, so let's just refresh this entire thing. And the page didn't load properly. Oh crap. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, what a noob move. Yeah, this is just plain old object. I need to pass in the actual store. Magic. Magic. That beautifully worked, I think. So let's close this out. Ooh, look at the store. Look at the store now. Now it looks like an actual object. Look at that. All those mutators and all those event listeners and registered modules and dispatch. Now when I click bar, it's supposed to set the data. So now if I just run store, let's see what it has for me. Oh gosh, okay, let's do store state as a proxy. Okay, store state. Oh, using view. Are you using the WP REST API? Just make variables, const result response, JSON. Sorry, I'm like late on your responses. I was just so into this one. Am I using view? Yes. Am I using the WP REST API? Not yet. Just make a variable, const result. You are correct. I could have definitely used the variable and then return that as the. I definitely could have done that. Yeah. I kind of wanted to return the promise, so then you can do like, you can do it asynchronously if you wanted to, instead of. Well, I'm doing it synchronously, but I wanted to have the option to do it asynchronously. Gosh, I'm word vomiting. Are you into WordPress? I love WordPress. I've been thinking about making WordPress things for a while now, and now I'm finally actually doing it. Oh, let me grab my. Okay. One second. All right, cool. Alrighty, so now that we're there with view, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to access the state. So in order to access the state, you have to get started. Let's see. Store state, and then store state, and then whatever the variable is. So I think it's store state data. Return to promise. I must not resolve that promise. Wow. It returned a promise for real. What does response.json return? Return value, a promise that resolves to a JavaScript object. Okay. So what I want to do is go back here. I need to call await. Good old wait. Here we go. Refresh. Refresh one more time. Testing. Hit bar. Now, store state data. And return a proxy object. What? I can't say I understand that one. Oh, okay. Maybe it kind of makes sense what view returns. It returned array, obviously. Yeah. Okay. So that worked. Okay. Good. So we're almost there. Kind of. So basically, what I did is. So instead of passing in a whole bunch of data to parents and then their children and then their grandchildren and then their great-grandchildren and their great-great-grandchildren, I'm using Vuex, which is a state management. So you can have access to some shared, shared state. So what I do is I actually import Vuex, which is Vue's shared state management system. So actually, so here I do Vuex. I did the mapping for Vuex, so I can import it with create store, and then basically create my store here that I can set the data, which is the global state, and then in my main.js where I'm getting the link, and then getting I'm making the AJS request, which then gets the data from the server, which is in JSON, and then I set the data on the global store, or the shared state here, and then I can just access it in my component. So this is basically how I access it. So what I do now, I gotta look it up because I don't know. Proxies are view reactivity stuff. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You have helped me in that one. You have taught me something. Well, I mean, is views reactivity? Yeah, it makes perfect sense now. It kind of makes sense now. Now that you say it like that. Thank you for putting it in perspective. That kind of helps. Now I need to figure out how to put this in my component. So I guess here I'm kind of just flying on the seat of my pants. How do I pass it to my components though? That's a good question. Do you know about JavaScript proxies? So I kind of know about JavaScript proxies. I mean, I haven't used one in forever, but I want to say it's a layer of extraction between the properties and methods of an object. That's what I would like to say. It's kind of like an extraction between it, because you can run some code before it actually gets like properties. Like you can do some crazy stuff like before accessing properties and methods, I believe. Kinda, sorta. I think that's the gist of it. I haven't used one in forever. I remember I thought it was so cool. Actually, is that how Vue uses? Huh. Good. Oh, man. Can't even remember. Yeah, I think that would be right. They use it to trigger reactive updates when properties are updated. Yes. I wasn't sure if Vue use proxies or not, but I might vaguely remember that they do, because I think proxies were introduced in ES6, and Vue might not work before ES6. I think I ran into that a long time ago. I think there's no polyfill for proxies. Okay, yeah. Vue 3 relies on proxies for handling reactivity. Even if you get around some functionalities, you need to. Oh, maybe I don't remember. Oh gosh. Does Vue 2 use proxies though? That's not important. Vue 2 use getters and setters exclusively. Okay. Vue 2 use getters and setters exclusively due to browser support limitations, and then Vue 3 proxies are used for reactive objects. Okay, cool. The things you know. Vue 3 does, and Vue 2 does not. No, thank you. I don't think there is a browser that doesn't support ES6. I mean, you can't force people. Well, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, you can't force people to update. My grandma has a computer, and it's still on like Internet Explorer like 4, 5. But it's a terrible computer, like slow as dirt. Okay. What was I doing again? So clearly you're the Vue expert. So tell me more about Vue. Tell me more. Okay, so I'm trying to get this into my component. I feel like I just saw the docs about doing this with components. Oh, I guess that's basically how you do it. Alrighty. So you're using Vue 3. I am using Vue 3. Let's see that one. Penia. Yeah, I think that's how you would say it. A Vue store that you will enjoy using. Build everything. Too long, didn't read. Too long, didn't read. I'll have to come back to it. They can just give me a simple example? Like, come on. Oh, here it is. Define store. It's kind of the same format. Actions is the same as mutators, and state is kind of the same thing. Yeah, and same structure, similar structure. I don't really think you need either, but it does make it easier if you're new to it. Yeah, you don't. I just don't want to pass props down. There's pros and cons. I'm just lazy. I just wanna stick some data somewhere and just retrieve it. I don't want hand-me-downs from a component five parents up. Oh, I guess the main difference was TypeScript support. And you ain't got to. You can use views provide / inject system. Wait. Tell me more. You're enlightening me to some stuff. You're telling me things. Usually when we need to pass data from parent to child, well, let me actually bookmark this, because I'm definitely gonna revisit this. So usually when you need to pass data from parent to child component, we use props. Yep, which is tedious. However, imagine the case where we have a large component tree and a deeply nested component needs something from a distant ancestor component, which is definitely not a problem. With only props, we would have to pass same props across the entire parent chain, which is true. Notice all the footer component may not care about these props at all. Yep, sure. It still needs to clear and pass them to the deep child. We can solve props drilling with provide and inject. A parent component can serve as a dependency provider for all lists of descendants. Any component in the descendant tree, regardless of how deep it is, can inject dependencies provided by components up to this parent chain. Man, you are a lifesaver. You're teaching me so much. The thing is that there's just so much information, and I just want to get up and running, really. But yeah, you just use a provide property to provide data to the component. Descendants use provide option. For each property in the provide option, the key is used by child components to locate the correct value to inject, while the value is what ends up being injected. Okay. App level provide. Ooh. This is so interesting. To inject data provided by an ancestor, use the inject option. And that's it? Man, and I used all this time to try to import Vuex? And that's all you have to do? You just say provide and then inject, and that's it? Man, that's it? Oh, wow. Let me think about this. Oh, it wouldn't let you put a link. I think Nightbot did that. Just DM me or PM. You can just DM me. Man, that is actually pretty cool. Man, this is super convenient. Okay, so how would I provide? Okay, let me. I'm just thinking out loud here. But how would I provide? How the crap do I do this? How can I provide later on? That's the question. Like, if the data isn't known right now, how do I provide to the parent component when it's available? Like, I'm using an AJAX call to get the data. So how do I provide to my app component when I finally get the data? Do I just call app.provide? And words. Have I been shadow banned or something? It shows as sent to me. Oh. Have you... it didn't show up on my... It basically didn't show up on my Streamlabs. You can just DM me on Twitch. Oh, crap. That's super interesting. I don't know how to... Here's my Discord if you got it. Added. This seems to happen to me a lot. I have a lot of tabs. Yeah, so how do I provide dynamic for you? That is not what I wanted. But let's see. No, that is not it. Maybe that's what I want. Nope, that's not what I want. My brain is just dying right now. I can't even remember what I was originally sent you the links. Yeah, I'll check those out. TypeScript. Yep, your view skills are way better than mine. Yeah, I'll have to look at it some more. United Lands. Boop. Alright. Man, I probably should just use this then, honestly. Just to make things less complicated. Because that's injecting. I somehow need to provide. I could do it at the app level. Thinking. Because here at the component level, you can provide and then return. Yeah, I probably want to just do it at the app level. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. The second link I sent you was an example of the provide inject. Let me actually see that though. Yup. Store. Okay. This is it? Oh, yep. Okay, I see. State, context, state. That's the key. That's the value. What's your context? Oops. So this is the context. Yep. Well. Context state. Gotcha. Context is the object, can be whatever you want. Gotcha. So that's actually what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna come back to that. Probably not gonna use it anymore, honestly. But so here's our store. We're just gonna do window.app. Yep. Ooh, what does mount return though? I don't know what that returns. View, mount, return. No, I clicked on the wrong thing. return type? What does mount return off? Once you do the app provide state thing, you can do inject state in an in component. That's awesome. That's exactly what I want to do. So I just need to figure out what mount returns. View, mount, function, or method, whatever. I can't remember what mount returns. Oh, we can just find out. Store is not defined. Where's that at? Let's hard reload. Hard reload there. Store is not defined. Crap. And this isn't showing anything. That's pretty funny. Okay, app console. Ugh. It says line 33, but it's not even showing up here. Store. Oh, here. Fail. Yep. So, man. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Let's actually do this. Yep. Refresh. Yeah. That's what I thought. Mount returns something different. I figured it did. It doesn't return the app. Console. Ooh, what is that? Lifecycle functions return void. Ooh. Yeah. Some proxy object. Some proxy thing. I don't know what this object does, but you learn. Okay, so that's all well and good. We'll come back to Vuex. That's just good future reference. Yep. So you just say window. Let me look at your example app. Provide. Oh my goodness! Stop it. Provide. Basically anything I want. So data, and then we'll say data. Cool. Fantastic. All right, save. Now let's go to one of the components. Not that one. This one. Since I can't use import statements for these quite yet, we're just gonna put it on a global object for now. So window.post, put it on a global object for now, and does it work like that? I'm very iffy if it works like this, but I vaguely want to say yes. Why can't I use imports? I can't use imports. But the way I have it set up, since it's gonna be a single page app, I don't want to make server requests, so that's why I'm not gonna use them, because I don't want to use server requests. Yeah. So technically I shouldn't be doing that, so this should work, I wanna say. This works. Let's test it out. Possibly. I'm not that familiar with Vue to be 100% sure. Does that even work? Okay. Ooh, wait. Does it work? Oh, maybe it did actually work. It says failed to resolve. Wait. Maybe I lied. Let me see. Failed to resolve component posts. If this is a native custom element, make sure to exclude it from the component. Oh, wait. Oh, man. Let me think. I think that's I think that's how you do it. Just guessing here. Okay, let me see. I love you, PHP and WordPress. Though I haven't used PHP or WordPress in years. Yes, that's what I'm coming back to. This is my roots. WordPress is my roots. This is where I first learned PHP. I was like, everything in WordPress requires a callback. So me learning PHP, I was like, what is this callback thing? And then I always have to pass. And it wasn't until I became an actual software engineer that I kind of figured, well, I guess not quite there, but when I became a software engineer, I had more knowledge than I previously did, and I came back to WordPress, and I was like, oh man, wow, this all makes complete sense from when I first started WordPress. Okay, you need to register global components with app.component. Okay, this is helpful with how you're doing this. Okay, I have to register with global components. Alrighty. It says post is not defined. Well, yeah, that's not. You're right. You're correct. It's not defined. Alright, so I gotta register the component. Why does that never show up? That's hilarious. Alright. Just curious. It says the dot. What am I doing? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I gotta register. Oh, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Wait, I'm thinking. What does the components do then? Wait. Okay, let's see. Yes, you need to import the JS file with post in it or include it somehow if you are not. Also, why not use the WP REST API instead of building it as a theme? WP REST API instead of building it with a theme. Why not use the WP REST API instead of building it as a theme? I'm trying to see what you're trying to say. The whole idea that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a WordPress theme that's a single page app. Oh, not that one. I vaguely remember this. With an object, when you pass in a variable, doesn't it work like? I vaguely remember. Wait, no, wait. Okay, so I think here. Oh, what was I? Yeah, instead of me doing this, I think that's what I was trying to do. Even though that looks weird, I'm just curious. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I figured this is what I need to do. Because with objects, if you pass in a variable, the key becomes the variable name, and then the value becomes the actual contents of the variable. Anyway, I can't do that as a single line, so I had to do posts, which makes sense. Now I'm just curious. It says data should return an object at post. Just curious. Cool. And then it says failed to resolve component post. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. I'm really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it, but it looks like it's kind of working. So that's supposed to be an object. Yep. All right. Let's see. Failed to resolve it. Let's empty the cache out. Properties post was accessed during render but not defined on instance. Wait 1 second. I just want to make sure this is working. I'd love to help if you want. Yeah. Any suggestions is fine. What? Wait, what is going on? I can't inspect the page. What's going on? It's blank. is weird. Like, I can't inspect the page or nothing. Nothing's like popping up. Do I know of NPM or Yarn? Yes. Yep. Package management system. Yeah, I decided not to do any of that because if I'm gonna do a theme, then I don't want to do any type of building, like any build steps. Would make life easier though. This is blowing my mind. Like, why am I not seeing anything on my elements tab? At least get rid of the error. Nothing's popping up. That is the craziest thing. Oh my goodness. That is mind blowing. Let's close some of these tabs. Wow, that's bizarre. Now, okay, finally. There's my app. There's the post container, so my there it is, it's working. There it is, it's working. Alright, let me go back to what you were doing. So you were telling me there's another way that I could have done it. So you said I could. I just wanted to see if that way would work. I figured it would. So let me see what you were. What you were saying. You need to register global components with the app.component. Okay, let's see that one. So what I did, I just put it on a global object, and then that's the way I did it. But there's also another way where you can do app.component. Now let's find that one. All it takes is yarn to create VIT. I think not having build stuff is cool though. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know what server they'll be on, and I don't know what they'll have installed. So me just including a theme with just the required files is all I really need to have a single page app and have a theme, and then anybody can use it without having to install whatever package management system or package management software that I need. App.component. Where is that at? Let me see. You don't need to have a special server to have a spa view app. It just spits out the index.html during the build process, and that just needs to be served. Oh, so it's just, so is everything compiled to just JavaScript then? Like nothing's in like a node wrapper or anything like that. You just call, I'm just guessing that you just call the create. Okay. So it's just an easy startup. That's basically what you're telling me. It's like it's a quick get started. Yeah. Pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. Yeah, you've taught me something. And I've seen similar things like that. Like there's just so much out there that it's just the things that you don't know. The easy get started quick. The things you know. That looks promising. App dot use. That looks promising. What's that? Okay, so now I'm still kind of confused. So this is what you're talking about. A view component needs to be registered so that a view knows where to locate it. So what's the advantage? So my thought is, what is the advantages of registering a component using app.com component? Do I not have to specify within a component that it needs to use this other component? Is that the benefit? So let me see. Yep, that's the benefit. Globally registered components can be used in templates of any component within this application. That's exactly what I wanted to know. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yes, but it does not blend PHP and Vue together like you are doing. Yeah. I do some fun stuff. I feel that I've been doing this for 11 years and still learning new things. Well, you're teaching me a whole lot. Like that inject provide was like, that's exactly what I wanted. That was perfect. I really just have to say that you're using the hardest version of Vue. Yes, I've no clue what I'm doing. I read the first four articles of the Vue documentation, and that's pretty much as far as I gotten. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so I'm learning so much. This is actually better than I thought. So the way I was doing it, so I was putting the posts and I was putting post and post on the global object here, and then having to specify the components. But since I'm not using imports, I'm thinking. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So wait, is view component an actual? Okay, well, we'll come back to that. I'm thinking I could do something like view components and then something like post. I think I can do something like this. Get rid of the components prop and then do something like this again. And then just post. Okay. Now these are all included on the page. Now I'm thinking that I can go here. I think this is a lot better. That I then call window app dot component. I can't spell components to save my life. And then I can do something like posts, and then do window dot view components dot posts. And then it said I can chain. So if I can chain like that, then I just can duplicate down there. Just call post. Just change this to post, and there I should be good. Now it should be global, so now I don't have to actually say components on individual components. I think. I got an error. Well, I tried. I'm glad I could help. Yeah, you definitely helped. The view advice is well needed. Well needed. Okay, so oh no, what are you doing is perfectly correct for what you are trying to do. There are all sorts of ways to do stuff. I promise you a lot more of this would make sense if you did it outside of WordPress. I'm sure WordPress has me all types of messed up. Because I wanted to do like import, but the way I'm doing it is like I'm doing it kind of ridiculous. But it's so I can make the theme. The one thing that you can have with Vite is auto component import. Ooh, now that sounds cool. Auto component importing, so you ain't even gotta worry about this. Yes, that's actually pretty cool. Wait, what's going on here? Is it because view component isn't an object? Oh yeah, because view component is an object. How do I normally get around this? I thought. Yeah, normally get around it. I know. I mean, I know I have to set it to an object. Is there any other way I get around it? I don't think so. It's not like PHP, so I think I just have to set it. I think it just sucks that I do. That's fine, I guess. It is what it is. Wait, no. Oh, because I think it does it first. Oh gosh, let me think. No. View components. Execution matters. View window components. Posts. Yep. Let me hard reload just in case. Yeah, it's still undefined, so it's not being set. So this is the first one. Then it imports my stuff. I feel like this is the order of operations that it should work. Okay, let me see. I think if you use MJS instead of JS for files, you can import them. It lets the browser know it's a module. Interesting. Oh, that would be okay. Okay. You're giving me insight. You're giving me a lot of insight here. Let's see. Oh man, too long didn't read. Oh gosh. That's what it looks like. Just knows that it's a module. Man, you're teaching me something new. This is great. This is why I don't when you I don't really get to get a lot of input from different programmers because we all kind of do the same thing over and over at the job, so it's good to get insight from other programmers, other developers. Then I just get to know I get to know so much important information. That's great. MJS. Wow. I'm trying to figure out what the crap is going on here. I feel like, okay, so here's the post file. But my question is, why isn't mine going first? I thought script tags are in the order in which they're parsed. Yeah, so index there, refresh. And it obviously went second. Maybe modules don't. Maybe modules go last. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Post is being loaded after the call to app.component. You need to load the component before you create the app. Okay. Alrighty. Let me see if I. But how though? Because I feel like, okay, so if I remember correctly, if the script tags are executed when they're parsed, then this script tag is before, or maybe not. Maybe it's asynchronous. No, I feel like that's right though. Because this script tag is first, I feel like it should execute first. And then it should do this post.js and then the post.js here. But then again, maybe it's asynchronous. Oh man, my JavaScript, man. From my understanding code, you need to move the script tags to before the script that calls the app component. I don't believe so. So the problem is that the problem is that it cannot set a property of undefined, right? So here, this property is undefined, right? Window.viewComponents is undefined. So what I thought to fix the problem is I would just set it to an object, because I thought this was the first thing that executes. But apparently it's not executing first. This is actually executing first, and then this is executing. Because when I put breakpoints, so put a breakpoint here, and then if I also put it in the post, then refresh the page. See this, when I refresh the page, it goes to post.js where the breakpoint is, and then if I press play, it goes straight to this module right here. So this must be asynchronous, like module files, maybe async. So if that's possibly the truth. Oh, so the script tag that caused the app component is running after the component's one. Yeah, maybe because the requires a network request. That also could be true before they can run. That's very likely too. Yeah, that could very well be it. Okay, let me just do something just for fun. This is probably completely wrong. I don't know what that does, but I'm just gonna do that for fun, just giggles. Let's refresh. Nope, that did not work, but I just want to try it. Stop. Hard refresh. Wait, where's my thing? Did that not do what I thought it was gonna do? Oh, my bad. Just for fun. Just for fun. Unexpected return. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Alright, well, that was fun. Try defer on the component tags. Ooh, what did I do? Alrighty, that honestly might have worked. well, kinda. I think, yeah, I think that actually worked. Now they need to wrap it in like a document ready or something like that. But I think that was it. But of the components run after the script that calls app.com component, they won't be defined. Yep. I think it just needs a DOM content loaded thing. I can never remember it to save my life. Maybe, possibly, maybe. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that's so ugly. Okay. Yeah. Just winging it. Alrighty. So that happens, right? Yep. There it is. It's loading the components. And now the DOM element ready. Oh my goodness. Wait, what? Cannot use import statement outside of a module. What is going on here? That doesn't sound right. I think that worked though. Oh, my order of operations, man. I swear this is a module. Let me check. It is not a module. It says defer on it. What is going on? Oh, I messed up. Yeah. I messed up here. So it's supposed to be an else. Set this to tag. Yep. I put the space there. Like magic. Wow. Woo! Thank you for the help. That defer was fantastic. I've seen it before. I don't know what it does. That's. I was almost there. I was thinking async. I was like, oh no, that's not it. I knew there was something. I knew there was something on script tags that you can do. I just couldn't think of the name, but that was it. That was 100% it. Execute it after parsing. That's exactly what I wanted. Execute it after the page has finished parsing. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's the one. That's exactly what I wanted. If you use m.js, you can use string ends with in PHP to check for it and add. There's a string ends with? No. There's not a string ends with. I feel like I would know this. There is. What? What? Man, I work in PHP every day. I've never seen this method or this function. Sorry. Oh, it's in PHP 8. That's why I don't use it. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, it's PHP 8. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I've been working at this job for 5 years and I have not used string ends with. Okay, it's PHP 8. Okay, I felt, because we don't use PHP 8. I was just making sure. I wasn't crazy. But yeah, this would have been awesome in an earlier version of PHP. In MJS, that man, wow, you're up in my programming game. Oh, no. I mean, I can use PHP 8, like on personal projects, but at work, we don't use PHP 8. Because our code base, because I don't know if there's breaking changes or not, but there's a lot of changes that we have to make to our code base. We had to make a lot of changes just to go up to PHP 7. So I don't know if we're ever gonna go to PHP 8, but it took us a long time to get to PHP 7, so. Man, wow. Okay, PHP 7.4 only has 2 months until they stop security support for it. Ooh. And active support for it stops 9 months ago. I need to relay this to the higher ups. Man, but wow, this is fantastic. But I think I'm gonna end it the stream right there. Like when are you available to teach me more? When are you available, to teach me more of your wisdom? Because I really need it. Like, let me add you on Twitch too. I have your Discord. I'm gonna add you on Twitch. I can message you anytime on Discord. I sure will. I sure will, all the time. I would just love to pick your brain, Okay, let me see. Oh, Mom, you're calling me. You're messing me up. Okay, let's see. Twitch. Jesus. Man, I can't type. Oh, I could just do it on my I can just follow you on my stream on Streamlabs. Wow. That was very convenient. They are? What is going on? Friends on Twitch are being removed. Is it being replaced by anything? And I'm interested to see where this WordPress theme goes. Yes, I'm so excited. Because I always wanted to make WordPress themes. I always wanted this to be my side hustle, but I never made it a priority or like found the time. And I always would go to what is that site? Envato? Where is it? ThemeForest? I think they're all the same thing. Envato Market, yeah. I always used to go on Envato to look at WordPress themes, and there were some nice ones out there. But I was like, I can make one that's better. Clearly, I can. But yeah, I always wanted to do it. I always wanted to be a web developer anyway, so it's pretty cool. Let's see. I don't think so. I only ever got spam in my Twitch DMs. Okay, I can just message you on Discord. I use Discord. But yeah, get into Node.js. Yeah. I'm using Docker, so I have like a bunch of Docker containers in Node. I have a Node server. What is it? It's Node with crap. I don't remember. What is it called? Whatever framework it is for Node. I can't remember the framework. It's one of the big ones. Express. That's what it is. Yeah. It's Node and Express. It's some Node Express stack. Can't remember all of them. There's always something. Probably Express, yeah. If I had to guess. Yeah, you're 100% right. Man. 100%. You had it. You're on fire today. But yeah, man, you taught me so much. Like, man, this is gonna turn out way nicer than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna struggle a lot, which I am struggling a little bit because I don't know Vue at all. But yeah, since you've been helping me, I got an overview and express template I could share. Yes, yes, yes. Any examples would be great. Would be fantastic. I would enjoy anything that you have to offer, because I'm always willing to learn. And clearly, you have more insight. I mean, I have a strong foundation, so I can just pretty much pick up on anything. Yeah, you just tell me something and I can just run with it. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Like this can go somewhere. The app and the container. Oh man, this is. I didn't get to the inject part, but I'm getting to it. It's gonna be there. Let me know if you get the link here. Oh, you have to send it on Discord. I think Nightbot stops links from being posted. Nightbot. That's awesome to hear. I think you're getting along, and it's impressive because you ain't got any info on what you're doing. Yeah, I have no clue. The best thing I had was the docs, which I just started yesterday, and only went through like the getting started part. Okay, send it in Discord. Okay, I'll check that out. Alrighty. Yep. Alright. Man. Oh man, let's see. Alright, so let's do this. But peace out, bro. Have a good one. Thank you. So for my outro, let's do it. Let's do the outro before I leave. Okay, so since Jesus Christ, man, is about to leave, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you've helped me with on the stream, and I'm definitely gonna hit you up for a follow up, because I definitely will love your input. So thank you so much for coming and just chatting with me on our stream. Yes, purple hearts. Yeah. And we also had a couple more viewers, I believe, earlier in the stream. So we also had followed. Yes, 64. You're my 64th follower. I gotta make a note. 64. I like to remember what position everyone is. Okay, so I also had, who was also my viewer? Yeah, so also Yoshi Boy 8303, or no, Yoshi Boy 18303. So if I remember correctly, they did Golang, they did C#. They also came and chatted with me. Thank you very much. Yoshi. Oh yeah, Dark Chris. Dark Chris always comes to my stream, so I appreciate Dark Chris for coming. So thank you so much. And lastly, I remember one other person in 98. Thank you for coming to my stream. So I appreciate everyone coming to my stream. Thank you so much, Jesus. Special shout out. So thank you all for coming to my stream. Thank you for the follow. I will see you guys next time. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye. Cue outro.